Okay. All right. We're live.
We live? Okay. Cute. We just wanted to be able to see if we can. Y'all come from already keep looking. Anybody else? Now it just.
So it's really picking up a lot. Like you got to.
Welcome, parents and students, to our virtual. It's our first virtual financial aid night here at Petal High School. Financing for college can be a scary thing. We want to take a little bit of that burden and a little bit of that fear off tonight with some of the things that we're going to share with you. And one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to give away $100. So one of the people that's watching this live right now is going to get $100 at the end of this. We're going to draw it. Your kid can come pick it up tomorrow from school. And you can use that to help pay for college or whatever you want to use it for. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask for you to, in the comment section, put your student's name. And at the end of this, we're going to put all those names in a basket. We're going to draw a name of somebody that's watching this live, and you're going to win $100 tonight. If you have any questions throughout the presentation tonight, go ahead and put a comment. We've got our counselors that'll be here. They're going to be reading the comments, and then they'll try to answer those at an appropriate time. If you don't feel like tonight is the time to leave a comment, feel free to just email your counselor at any time that you choose. We'll also be posting this link to our website so that you can check this out if you weren't able to be here live. But to get the $100, you got to be here live tonight. Okay, we're going to start. We know your time's precious. We appreciate y'all coming and being a part of this. I'm going to hand it over now to Miss Lenny Lightsey. She's from the Petal Ed Foundation. She'll be telling us about some scholarship opportunities with them.
Hello, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here tonight. I am the Executive Director for the Petal Education Foundation, and I'm going to tell you about the scholarships that we have to offer to you seniors and parents to your children, so that it might ease that burden of the college tuition and the horror of the great big amount of money that has to be paid. Let me see if I can coordinate myself here, and we will get started. This is an extremely exciting time for everybody because May will be here before we know it. Just a little bit about the foundation. The sole purpose for the foundation is to raise money that will go over and beyond what the budget is for our school district. And we have several goals, but one that we're going to concentrate on tonight is that we award students scholarships every year. And, you know, many times communities assume and share the responsibility of educating our children. And the great thing is that Petal, Mississippi is one such community. We believe wholeheartedly that as a community, parents, community members, grandparents, business leaders, civic and religious leaders will continue to make education a priority for our children in our community. So the goal that we're going to concentrate on tonight is that of scholarships. Many Petal High School alumni and Petal business leaders have believed in the futures of our students and have established scholarships for them. So that every 2021 PHS graduate has knowledge of the opportunities available to them through the foundation, I'm here to inform you of the required application necessary to qualify, the due date that is necessary to adhere to, and the list of available scholarships. So listed in the front of a booklet that you can find online probably tomorrow, or pick one up in the counselor's office, you can see all of the listed scholarships. Foundation scholarship applications can be downloaded from the district website under the heading named Departments, and look for the 2021 Senior Scholarship information, or you can go to petaleducationfoundation.org and find it there. Please note that new scholarships may be added as the year progresses, so you want to go to the website pretty often. Let me kind of coordinate myself right here. You also need to know that the applications are scored by a panel of readers who are educators and business leaders. There's a host of different scholarships that we have to offer, and you can see that on the screen. We have those that are academic, those that are fine arts, those that lean toward athletics, major specific, and then those that are specific to college and universities. May 27th is the big day. And this is going to be, in the life of your seniors and your families, one of the greatest days that you will remember. What you do after this day, seniors, determines the livelihood for the rest of your life. Last year's 2020 PHS graduates left high school with $42,900 in scholarships from the Petal Education Foundation. You students can graduate with some of that money, just like last year's seniors did. Here's kind of a little how-to guide for landing one or more of the foundation scholarships. So here we go. Go online and download the scholarship booklet. Read the requirements of each scholarship. Download and print the application. A separate application is required for each foundation scholarship you are going to apply for. Write the due date on your calendar. Write the due date and put the due date in your phone, on your refrigerator, bathroom mirror, your steering wheel. Well, you get my point. You don't want that to slide by, because it is firm that the due date is the due date. Pay attention to the tips that I'll give you in a few minutes, and go back to the website again just to see if there are any new scholarships that have been posted. Every graduating senior can find at least one scholarship that they should apply for. There are 7 listed right here under the title General. These are pretty generic, so I would pull those up right away and see what all is involved in applying for those. If you are a student who is civic-minded or are a leader in your school and you've been involved in community service work, there are at least 10 that you want to take a look at, and they are right there on the right side of your screen. Those of you who are interested in becoming a teacher, and a teacher also can be a coach and vice versa, take a look at the 4 that are listed right here. I want to tell you a little story about this one particular time that only one student applied for these scholarships. And guess what? That student went home with the money from all of these scholarships because they were the only one that applied. And as we got into reading a little more of the biographies to some of these other students who applied, some were wanting to be coaches and didn't really zone in on the fact that coaching is part of education. So really, really look at all the requirements that are there. You can see that we have 3 engineering scholarships, 7 scholarships that are related to math and science, and 6 scholarships that are fine arts. We have 10 right now of scholarships that are related to sports. Again, read the criteria very closely to see which ones apply to you. When I use the term specific, I'm referring to the requirement zeroing in on possibly a situation. You can look right there and see the Elizabeth Brock Fight the Good Fight scholarship. That scholarship pertains to a person who not necessarily has had a debilitating situation in their life like cancer, but they might have an immediate family member who might have had cancer, and this student has been around it and has persevered and is graduating anyway despite it all. You certainly want to look at that, but that's a great example of a specific one right there. Another one that you might see there is called the Friends of the Foundation Scholarship. That scholarship is for you students whose parents are employed either part-time or full-time with the Petal School District. Now, there are a couple of other requirements with that one, and it is that you student have to have been at Petal High School all 4 years of your high school career, and you must have maintained a 3.0 grade point average. I am sure that many, many of you qualify for that if your parents work for the school district. Just read the requirements and then highlight those that you think might pertain to you. And if you ever have any questions, just come visit with me or give me a call and we'll take a closer look. Let me take a second to make a note about the community service. In the booklet that you'll find that will be online or one that you can pick up in the counselor's office, on the first page at the very bottom, this is what it will say. And I want to bring this to your attention now because otherwise it might disqualify you on the day of the scholarship review. But what it says there is, when reporting community service or volunteer hours, this does not include the hours associated with allied health or athletic training. Any community service that is part of the requirements of a specific class will not count as volunteerism. So keep that in mind and do not include that as some type of extracurricular situation. Let's look at the next slide here. There are some what I call must-dos for keeping your application in competition. Last year, there were over 550 applications turned in. And you know, that's quite a pile when a group of scholarship reviewers are looking at a very, very long day. So the readers are simply looking for ways that they might reduce that number that have to be reviewed or scrutinized throughout that time. So following the directions that are outlined for you is an absolute must. If applying for more than one scholarship, you must fill out a separate application for each and attach all the supporting materials that are listed in the requirements. Read it, reread it, and when you're packing your scholarships, go back and check off each one to make sure that you've not left out one single thing. And one other little tip, if it's listed in the requirements in a certain order, my suggestion to you is to also compile it in that same order. Make it easy for the readers. Secondly, some scholarships will ask for a letter of reference. The letter of reference should address the requirements and the topics specific to that certain scholarship. So, for example, if it's a community service scholarship, ask a person who can actually attest to your work ethic, the time spent on task that's part of that community service, possibly your attitude toward the community service, how helpful you were, promptness of you arriving to your destination for the community service, and the type of work that you participated in. The details there make all the difference in the world. Most of these scholarships will say that a transcript is necessary. Let me tell you how easy this is for you. One transcript is all that we need. So this student is the thing that you have to do. You will simply go to the guidance office and go see Miss Brenda Caldwell, sign the roster, and she will send your transcript from her office straight to central office to my office. You must do this several days in advance before the due date so that you don't have anything else to worry about, that your transcript might not be there or not. Let's don't leave that to chance. Go ahead and take care of that. Also, there is absolutely no charge for the transcript to be sent down to my office. Now, I've kind of been a little dogmatic in telling you these things, but now I'm really kind of putting my fist on the table. Hear me, please. Use either type your essay or your work or use a black ink pen and print legibly. I can't stress that enough to you. Last year, this is the saddest thing, a student used a green pen to fill out the application, and I'm here to tell you, she had the credentials, but because she filled it out in green, the reader said, I'm not even reading this. So that was an easy way for the readers to call the many scholarship applications that they were having to read that day. Don't make that mistake, okay? Black pen or type it. Typing is always the best way to go. Now let me give you a little example here. You will, when you get ready to compile all of your scholarships, you will staple together the application, the resume, the essay, if that's part of the requirements, the envelope that your person who is writing your recommendation, all of that in the upper left-hand corner of all of the papers. If you're applying for several scholarships, you will do the same with every one of the scholars that you're applying for, and then you only need to purchase one large envelope. Put them all in one large envelope. There is no need for you to go get the clear page protectors and all of that. That's kind of a waste of your money, because all that would happen there is they would be pulled out and tossed to the side. So don't waste your money with that. I know it looks good, but just make your good looking scholarship typed in order and put together in the most professional way. Okay, so all the scholarships that you apply for in one envelope. Okay, let's move on. There are many more tips that will help you with scholarships. So go to the website and look for the added scholarships and some other tips that might be listed there. Read the requirements thoroughly and do this. Only apply if you meet every single criteria that's listed there. Type the essay. Now here's the biggie. Proofread everything. You might type it one night, lay it to the side, and then the next day read it again. You'll find a lot on your own. Let your parents read it. Let your friend read it. Ask your English teacher to proofread it for you. They would love to do that. And I think the biggest thing that I can tell you is do not wait to the last minute. I'm a procrastinator and I have paid the price in the past. So please, let me share my horror stories with you. Do not wait to the last minute. Okay. Should we be blessed enough for COVID to clear out of here, the foundation would love to host again the Scholars Donors Brunch at the end of the spring semester. I hope we get to do this, and we do it down at the Red Lab, and we have a beautiful brunch decorated, and the donors meet the scholars. And the purpose of this brunch is so that The donor meets only the scholar. Parents, I hate to tell you, you're not invited to this one. So it gives that donor the opportunity to get to know their recipient one-on-one, and it's a great time that we have there. So students, should you be one of the foundation recipients, I also ask for you to read your invitation closely, and it says RSVP, so that we will know if you'd be present or not, so that the donor would not just sit there waiting for someone to show up. Very important, particularly to me, and it speaks well of you when you RSVP. Okay, scholarship applications right here. This is the biggie. Are due on Thursday, March 4th, 2021 at 3:30. Yep, I know it. High school students don't get out till 4 o'clock. But guess what? You can start turning in your scholarship applications the beginning of February if you want to. Very important that you get it in before 3:30 p.m. to central office. You can mail it. If you're going to mail it, my suggestion to you is to mail it 5 days before it's actually due. Sometimes the mail gets slow. Maybe sometimes it gets somewhere else and not to our office. So make sure you take care of that. Scholarships, as I said, can start being turned in February. When scholarships are brought to central office, and a lot of parents bring the scholarships in instead of the student, what you need to know is at the receptionist's desk, there is a drop-off form. This is to make sure that we know and you know what scholarships have been turned in. You know, if we have this rule, there has been a situation in the past, and it has. So because we didn't know that a scholarship was turned in and a parent said yes it was, that's when this particular form was invented. So that's the new rule. So you simply put the student's name, and all the scholarships are listed right there, and you simply check which ones are in the packet. Okay. So the honors night and scholarship night is scheduled right now for Thursday, May 24th, 2021. Letters announcing the winners will be mailed prior to the brunch. Scholarships will be awarded that night. In the case of the foundation, packets will be given to the students that night, and in that packet will be your certificate, also a letter, and a form that the student must return to the foundation office in order for the funds to be sent to the college or the university of your choice. So it's very important that once you get in the car with all of your information, that you don't just toss it in the back seat and forget about it, because there is a due date there. You want to get that in so that your money can be sent to your college or university. I know there's probably a lot of questions, and feel free to call my office. I am in the central office. You can swing by and sit down and visit. I'll answer any questions, and we'll sit down and talk about a resume or any kind of thing like that you need to know about how to apply for a foundation scholarship. It's my pleasure to be here tonight. I'm excited for what lies ahead of you, all of you seniors, and I'm here to be of service to you. So thanks for this opportunity. Any questions?
Good evening. My name is Chelsea Lyles. I'm from Pearl River Community College. It is our honor to be with all of you tonight. We have with us 2 river navigators. They are on scholarship with us, and I'll let them go ahead and introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Jackson Garner. I was a Petal graduate. I picked PRCC to go ahead and get my basics for my engineering degree and then transfer up to state.
I'm Catherine Pierce. I'm also a Petal graduate, and I'm just doing my general studies right now, trying to figure out what I want to do. But I chose PRCC because it's an easier transition from high school than going to a big university.
So we are very happy to have them with us. And I am especially happy to be here with all of you talking about ways that you can get free money. So who wants to hear about that? I actually attended Pearl River Community College, so I am a PRCC graduate. After I attended Pearl River Community College, I transferred to the USM, to the University of Southern Mississippi. I earned my bachelor's degree and my master's degree. And guess what? I'm back at the place I love, Pearl River Community College. So I want to speak to you guys mainly on financial aid and scholarships. They kind of clump together. Now, you seniors are very unique because the fact that you reside in Forest County, graduating from Petal High School, and enrolling in Pearl River Community College would allow you to get the CTAP. That is our College Tuition Assistance Program. So basically, if you apply to the college, if you apply for federal and state aid, as well as tack on any institutional scholarships that we have, you will go to Pearl River Community College tuition free. You will not have to pay tuition as a full-time student for 4 consecutive semesters. And 4 semesters is what allows you to graduate from Pearl River Community College. Whether you want to obtain an associate in arts degree, which is general studies, or if you want to go into a career technical program. We have over 42 career technical programs. So what I like to tell people about Pearl River is you can go anywhere from PRCC. You can start and you can expand your education. You can go pursue a bachelor's degree, or you could obtain a 2-year career technical degree with us. So I'll be more than happy to assist you in any way that I can. Now let's go into FAFSA. Okay, what is FAFSA? What does FAFSA stand for? FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. Underline the word free. If you are charged to fill out the FAFSA application, it's a scam. You do not have to pay a dime to apply for FAFSA. It's the free application for federal student aid. Okay, so you seniors, you apply for the 2021 to 2022 FAFSA because you will be a freshman in 2021, as you'll be a freshman in college. So you need to fill out that FAFSA application now. The application actually opened October 1st, and I have been going to several different high schools and helping students submit their FAFSA virtually. So I can tell you that FAFSA application is open, it's ready to go. You will need your 2019 taxes. So it goes back 2 years. You'll need your 2019 taxes, and you fill out the 2021 to 2022 financial aid application. So that could take around 30, 45 minutes. Usually, if everything runs smoothly, you have to create an account with FAFSA. So you actually create that account with FAFSA, then you go right into the FAFSA application. So you can get that done fairly quickly. Yes, it really kind of sounds aggravating. It doesn't sound like anything fun, but let me tell you that it's free money. And if you want to be eligible for the CTAP, it's a must. You've got to fill out that free application for federal student aid. Now, after you submit your FAFSA, at the end, it's going to say, would you like to go ahead and apply for state aid? You've got to apply for federal and state aid in order to be eligible for CTAP. So go ahead and click yes and go into the state aid application. A lot of the times it transfers your FAFSA information into your state aid application. So there are times where you don't have to re-enter the same information, if that makes sense. All right, so fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, and fill out the state aid application. All right, admissions application. Our admissions application is free. Every application that you submit at Pearl River Community College is free. All right, so you're not locked in. And I like to tell people, if you're going to Pearl River Community College, great. If you have another school on your radar, that's fine too. Go ahead and apply for more than one colleges. Go ahead and fill out the application and have that done. Okay, once you fill out an admissions application with Pearl River, we will send you an email and it will tell you what else we need from you. Okay, then you'll receive a second email that will tell you, okay, here's your login credentials, and you can go ahead and log in to River Guide to apply for housing. So if you don't remember anything that I've said, I know it's a lot of not so fun information, but if you remember anything that I said, you need to fill out the FAFSA, you need to fill out the state aid application, apply to Pearl River Community College, and also see how many scholarships you can receive, okay? At Pearl River, we have many stackable scholarships. What does stackable mean? That means you can get more than one scholarship at the same time. I went to Pearl River Community College for free. I was able to be very involved in athletics, in student life, in student government, and all of that. And Pearl River basically paid me to go to college for 2 years debt-free, okay? So ACT scholarships. All right, so if you want to go to Pearl River Community College and you want to be eligible for an ACT scholarship, it starts at 18. If you have an 18 to 20 on the ACT, and you are admitted to Pearl River, that scholarship is automatically given to you. That's worth $350. The next scholarship up is a 21 on the ACT. That's an honors scholarship. A 21 to a 24 on the ACT gives you that honors, and that is half tuition. So it immediately slashes our full tuition amount and cuts it in half. The 25 on the ACT is the full tuition scholarship. Okay, so a 25 on the ACT would give you full tuition for 4 semesters. 29 on the ACT is full tuition, room and board, and of course we give a valedictorian and a salutatorian scholarship as well. That's full tuition, room and board. So the great thing about us is that we have very affordable tuition, is what I like to say. I don't want to use the word cheap because nothing in college is usually cheap, but we are 4 times cheaper than the surrounding universities. So we are 4 times less expensive. Our tuition is $1,625 a semester, and you are receiving quality education. If you want to go to Pearl River for 2 years, then transfer to a 4-year, you take the same academics that you would take at a university, but you're taking those academics at a fraction of the price. So really keep that in mind when you are considering different colleges. We covered ACT scholarships. We also have career technical scholarships. So if you are a 2-year CTE completer at this high school and you have a 3.0 to a 3.4 GPA from 9th through 12th grade, then you get the half tuition CTE scholarship. If you have a 3.5 to a 4.0, you get the full tuition career technical scholarship. And even though it's labeled career technical scholarship, you do not have to go into a CTE program. So just know that. You can just take your academics and you can choose another career path if you like. You do not have to go into a CTE program. Now, the 2 people that were just here with me earlier, they have a service scholarship. So what is a service scholarship? Service scholarship encompasses a lot of different areas, such as athletics, residence life, student government, river navigators. So the 2 Petal graduates that were just with me are river navigators. They actually get a $500 scholarship each semester that they are a river navigator. So on top of all these scholarships that I'm telling you about, they also get an extra $500 a semester for being a river navigator and for helping me with recruiting efforts for the college. So service scholarships is another one. Last but not least is our foundation scholarship. So we have an alumni association that donates lots of money to our students and invests so much in our students. So that is an application that you do have to fill out. So once you apply for admissions with us and once you apply for financial aid, then you're eligible to apply for the foundation scholarship. Now, the foundation scholarship is a very simple application. It shouldn't take you but a few minutes. It is based on possibly your ACT score, what high school you graduated from, what county you reside in, what major you would like to pursue. So it looks at a variety of different criteria, and it really just depends on the region that you're from, what pathway, what career path you're seeking, and it also looks at your ACT score. So basically, there is a scholarship there waiting for you for an alumni who graduated from Petal High School that majored in, say, for example, nursing, and they want to give back to a Petal graduate coming to Pro River that wants to major in that same field. So if there's no one that applies for our foundation scholarship, then that money just sits there. So when you apply to the foundation scholarship, there's actually tons and tons of scholarships that alumni have put together. Civic clubs have put together donors. So that money is waiting to be in your hands. Basically, what I'm telling you from watching me is that you can have a negative balance when you come to Pro River. If you have a negative balance, that means Pro River owes you money. And that's a great thing because you're not only getting quality education, having a great collegiate experience, meeting new people, getting involved in campus activities, but you are getting your tuition paid for coming to Pro River. And I can attest to that from being a product of PRCC. And now, of course, I work here. I teach adjunct online classes as well. And I truly believe in the education that we give to students. Okay, so takeaways from what I just covered. Go to FAFSA.gov, that's FAFSA.gov. Fill out the 2021 to 2022 FAFSA application. Then at the very end, go to the state aid application, submit that. If you're interested in coming to Pro River, go to prcc.edu, click prospective students, and then click apply, free application. All right, and then once you apply, we will follow up with you and tell you exactly what we need from you in order to be considered for more scholarships. So I want to see you guys next fall. I know that this is an unprecedented time, but we are here from you. We are here for you, and we truly believe in you guys. So stay strong and really finish up hard. You will do great things, I promise. Thank you.
Hi, y'all. My name is Emily Calcote, and I'm one of the counselors at the high school. I'm just going to do some closing remarks before we draw for the $100. If you see on the screen that we have included some very helpful information to the senior Google Classroom. And so if you look, you can see that we have already posted so the seniors can log in and they can show you parents. This is also very helpful to them as well. So if you look, there's one document that's for the Google Docs, and that is FAFSA information specifically. And in that document is some helpful links that I do believe that you need to look at. There's also some PDFs of Get to College. And so with that, there are steps that you can follow that's very helpful. Just information about the federal aid. There's a FAFSA data sheet. And if you print that, and if you look at that, it'll show you specifically, it lets you fill out everything as you go through when you're signing in and you're creating your FAFSA account. You're able to put your student name, your login information. It's just a very helpful sheet for you to be able to keep up with. There's also, the last thing is a contact to Get to College. And so Get to College is, they're actually allowing you to set up a time for you to be able to meet face-to-face, virtually, obviously, virtually face-to-face with them. You can set up an appointment with them if you are working on your FAFSA and you see that you are at a point where you don't understand what you're doing. You're at a point where you don't know a question, you can always contact them and they will walk you through those steps. So just make sure you check out the information that we posted on the Google Classroom. And if you have any questions, students, parents, you can always reach out to counselors. If we don't know an answer, we can always find the answer for you. So at this time, I forgot it, but we are going to draw for the $100. Thank you, Mr. Knight.
There we go.
Okay. And the lucky winner is Abby Showles. Woo! Everyone's clapping.
You can pick it up tomorrow, though.
Okay, Abby, just come by the office. You can see your counselor or just come by the office to see Miss Morgan and she'll be able to help you with this. All right. Thank you.